From the world headquarters of Fox News, it's The Kelly File with Megyn Kelly.
New fallout tonight in the story of the Texas teen who was put in handcuffs and suspended last month after showing up at school with a homemade clock that looked a lot like a homemade bomb. In the weeks since, police in Irving have taken a lot of incoming, and now they are pushing back. Trace Gallagher has the story. Trace.
You know, Sandra, at the same time that Ahmed Mohammed was getting praised by the president and Hillary Clinton and getting invited to the White House, the city of Irving, Texas was getting hundreds of threatening emails and phone calls. Now the police have shared a sample of those messages with the Kelly File, like one from a man who claims to represent emergency aircraft operators who says those services will be withheld, writing, and I'm quoting here, all employees of the Irving School District and Police Department and their immediate family members are banned from our aircraft. That means that our members will watch your child die, bleeding and convulsing on the Love Field tarmac. He goes on to say employees can help themselves by reversing Ahmed's suspension. To the Irving police chief, one man wrote, quote, "You and your department are a microcosm for the absolute and unquestionable state of incompetency of American police. May the tenure of your officers and your own tenure as police chief come to abrupt and pleasant ends." The hacking group Anonymous also chimed in, writing, quote, "We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us." Irving Mayor Beth Van Dyne, who expressed doubts about Ahmed's motive, was also on the receiving end of many threats, but they're too graphic and expletive-filled to share with you. The police have now stepped up patrols in response to the threats. And remember, the school district says there's more to the story, but they can't share without consent from Ahmed's family. But Ahmed and his family are out of the country, gaining recognition for Ahmed's alleged scientific and engineering capabilities. Sandra.
Thanks for the update, Trace. All right, well, we are also tracking controversy at Clemson University, where they just held a Mexican food event called Maximum Mexican. The food servers were wearing sombreros, and they had other decorations like balloons with mustaches on them. Most of the students say they had fun, but Clemson had to issue an apology after some students said it was culturally insensitive and questioned the school's focus on diversity. Joining me now to discuss this story is National Review reporter and Fox News contributor Catherine Timpf. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Outrage on the campus.
Yes,
really?
Yes, really. And, you know, I'm not even really that surprised. This is happening everywhere. If there is a taco and a sombrero in the same room, people are going to go crazy. If you ever catch yourself in the same room with a taco and a sombrero and you think a college kid might be there, you better go, because you're going to be in trouble. It's everywhere around the country. Even in England, a school told a Mexican restaurant they had to stop giving sombreros out to their kids because it was too racist.
What's so different now? Because Clemson has done this for years. They have a lot of different cultural events where they have festivities surrounded by food and the culture that the food comes from. They've done this for years. This year is different. Why?
Because the culture's changed now, where all it takes is for one or two people to whine, and they're automatically right. If they just say, oh, this is offensive, this is racist, that's the ultimate argument. They have power of everything. And that's a bummer because whiners aren't always right. In fact, they're very annoying and boring a lot. They hate fun.
Well, so one student from Clemson tweeted out a picture of the cafe workers, which as we detailed, were wearing sombreros, and said, quote, "Our culture isn't a costume and we will not be mocked." Should we be more sensitive to thoughts like that? Even if they are the thoughts of a few, maybe this really did insult someone.
She sounds like somebody who's never had a real problem in her life, is what she sounds like to me. A sombrero and a taco are in the same room. There were some balloons. You're fine. You're getting a college education. Your life's going very well. And there's, believe it or not, going to be even harder stuff coming for you in the real world.
And maybe some harder stuff for these students. Could you imagine? One senior told CampusReform.org he's worried about what's next. What else are they going to take away?
Absolutely. It's if there's going to be some sort of ethnic food, you have to make sure you're wearing plain clothes. And you don't mention the country where it's from. You just sit there. Maybe don't talk at all. I don't know. Who knows? Because it's getting crazier and crazier.
All right, Catherine, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, my next guest surely has an opinion on this. He's taking up the debate over whether free speech on college campus and throughout the world is under attack. His special is airing this Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the Fox News channel. Here's a clip.
Terrorists killed 10 journalists.
What you say may get you killed.
though I'm told Muslims support free speech.
What?
It's only Muslims who seem to be doing the killing over speech.
Wanting to pick a fight with Islam is insane.
The more you stick your head in the sand, the bigger the problem gets.
But today, even American colleges resist free speech.
She's a professor, and she steals signs.
Students want a safe space.
There's going to be a space in Wilder.
The safe space is where cultures go to die.
No, these were not fragile snowflakes. These people are intimidators.
I was silenced.
It's generally the left that has the power to silence.
You should be fired. You're a disgusting person.
The solution to all these speech issues is more speech.
Quit being a bunch of wimps.
We need to disagree. This is what makes America great.
John Stossel is here, the host of Stossel. Welcome. So your reaction, sir, by the way, before we get to your special coming up, your reaction to Clemson, away with the Mexican food night.
Well, you and Kat had a sense of humor about it, but I've lost mine. This is just the totalitarian thought police, and it's all from the left. That people are having their heads chopped off in the Middle East, and these kids are upset by a sombrero.
It really is bad, and I think everyone at home is thinking of something that probably happened to them today, where they felt that they really had to not say something because it could offend someone.
And these kids are paying $60,000 to go to these schools where the thought police tell them certain positions, you must align with the left or it's no good, shut up.
All right, so you've got this special coming up. Is free speech under attack in this country?
Well, we still have it good compared to Saudi Arabia, but crazy things are happening. And the big one is Islam, the idea that every religion can be criticized, but South Park will censor and not repeat a show that dared make a comment about Islam. This is a real threat to our freedom. If we give in to this, and CNN and NBC and the Times will not show the cartoon that led to a shooting, I mean, that's letting the terrorism win.
So what did you learn doing this special when you actually got on the ground and were talking to people about the change that they're seeing in America?
Well, the creepy part is that more people say hate speech laws are a good thing. They want to support that. And instinct says, yeah, we should try to ban hate speech. But hate speech is part of life, and it's only through that interaction that we get to better solutions. And in countries where you can't say it, the only solution is to kill and burn.
And this subject only got more complicated with the entrance of the internet and social media, right? Because so many people can say things anonymously now.
And good. Let them, and we will survive this. And the answer to ugly speech is more speech.
All right, so the special, John Stossel, coming up 8 o'clock.
Tomorrow at 8 o'clock.
Saturday night. All right, watch it. John Stossel, thank you.
Thanks.
When a cop shoots a suspect, it can quickly become front page news, as we've seen. But have you seen anything about the story where a suspect shot a cop and that officer still didn't fire? You will tonight. Plus, with Russia flooding the Middle East with planes, guns, and boots on the ground, we'll look at the signs that the U.S. may be abandoning this fight entirely.